Hi, I'm Aaron Martens here at ICAST, 2013, Las Vegas. I'm talking about my new Megabass XX Orochi drop shot rod. They got a whole series of rods, flipping, pitching, spinner bait, and cranking. We're even working on a topwater one right now we worked on yesterday. But basically, we're gonna have a whole series of rods for pretty much everything you do, Carolina rigging to swim bait fishing, everything. But right now we're talking about the drop shot rod. It's spinning rods are rather simple, but Megabass makes them pretty, as most of the rods are actually really pretty to look at. But we made this very functional too. I'll start off with the back end of the rod. A lot of rods out there in Megabass in the past have been kind of sharp, so we had them put a rubberized cork material, really nice and round, smooth. It doesn't scratch you at all. You basically can't scratch yourself. Cork handles short. That's pretty much where your reel is going to be, so it's not rather short. It's not real long. I like that. Helped design that, and the reel seat tightens in the back, which is what I wanted because I don't like anything in the front. I like the transition from the reel forward to be really smooth. So we made this taper down and pretty much tapered as much as we could, and then it goes to blank. So when you hold your rod, I always like to keep a finger or two, or a lot of times a hole like that, or it depends on what I'm fishing and how I'm fishing, but it allows you to kind of keep your fingers in a blank. Most of the time I fish a drop shot, shaky head, spinning tackle. I hold my hand most time in front of the reel, like my pinky is in front of where the reel connects. So a lot of times I'll bring a finger or two back, but most of the time I'm ahead of it. So I wanted this part longer. So my hands are big, I got big hands, but so I can hold it like that. But it seems like everybody really likes this, it's really comfortable. Plus when you get a fish that transition to the rod to land a fish like we do, no nets, it makes it really smooth. The double X is how they weave the boron and the graphite together. It gives the rod its super lightness. I mean, this rod doesn't, I don't know what the word for it is, but it's really light. It doesn't weigh hardly anything. I wish I could show, I wish you could hold it in your hand if you haven't held one up, but you'll notice it's one of the lightest rods out there. But the double X, it just makes it so much stronger. Put some stronger guides on there, which we're worried about maybe adding some weight to it, but it didn't really affect the rod. The rod is so light anyways. But the good thing about these guides are they're really good guides, but they're also very strong, so you're not going to break them. As easy as some of the older guides, they'd snap off if you bend them a couple times. These don't do that. I've had these almost 2 years now, a year and a half, and I haven't had anything happen to any of my rods. But it goes, you got two normal guides, a smaller one, and they're not micro guides, but they're really small guides from here up. If you can see that. And no coatings either. I mean, that's pretty much it. They wanted to put some, they're wanting to put some decorations, but I told them I want it really basic. A spinning rod, I want it as light as possible. So all the double X series are pretty much, most of the rod, majority of them, they got a little small part here, it's epoxied. And most of the part's gonna be pretty much dry. And that's just natural graphite boron there. This is a 611. We make a 7-foot shaky head rod, which I use for drop shot and a lot for heavier lines, 8 and 10 braided lines. But this rod I designed it for 7-pound, really. I fish a lot of 7-pound, 8-pound. And the cool thing about the rod is that you can hit a fish really hard on a long cast with 7-pound, which that's pretty light. I use Sunline. And it can snap your line if you have too stiff of a rod. So the rod allows me to hook them hard enough to where I'm right on the edge. I'm right on the edge of breaking them off. Like say I put 6 or 5 on here, I'll snap them off. But I like that. I like to hit them really hard and be right on the edge of them. I pull hard. I use really good knots, and I pull as hard as I can on 7-pound, 8-pound. But it's a rather parabolic rod. It's got a lot of backbone from about my hand to the rod. Really got a lot of backbone from the tip. This area here, it's real soft. So you got a lot of sensitivity, that's where you get a lot of your control when you're fighting fish, and also when you're feeling your bait and come over stuff and you feel the bites and stuff. But it's an awesome rod. Let's check him out, and I guarantee you'll be happy with him if you get one. But that's it. That's a new drop shot rod by Megabass. That's the double X series Orochis. Check him out.